So what we want to do now is we want to play what Chris had to say about JJ Redick, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to that there.
JJ Redick. We talked briefly about it. Look, how many of y'all think JJ might be thinking, if I had just stayed in that broadcasting and podcasting business, it's just a lot less pressure on you when you're doing that than coaching. It's already gotten ugly in LA. And he's not on the hot seat, obviously, he's just started. But the heat is already on. The Lakers have lost 6 of their last 8 by an average of 20, almost 22 points. And I get it, a lot of it's on the players. I could have Anthony Davis on here, but I think he's playing hurt. But here's why I'm putting JJ on the Bud list. The players are giving no effort. We just saw it was that Weird and Wonderful?
Yeah.
With the highlights. I mean, the effort is horrible. Last night, Miami, which is the 24th best rebounding team, or 6th worst rebounding team in the NBA, out-rebounded the Lakers by 16. That's just a lack of effort. I'm sorry. And we see it in these highlights. So that is on the coach. The execution is poor. Some of that's on the coaching. And then I'll throw this in. The Lakers are 12-10. A year ago, under Darvin Ham, who was, the beleaguered Darvin Ham, who was eventually fired and everybody was ripping, they were 13-9. Last year, they were 16th in defense during the season, for the whole season. Now they're 27th in defense. Last year, they won the in-season tournament for whatever that's worth. This year, they didn't even get out of group play. So I'm just saying, and here's the final thing, and I like JJ. I liked him when he was a player, good to talk to and all that, but he's arrogant.
You don't say.
And he's not just arrogant, he exudes arrogance, all right? He did it in college, as a player, as a broadcaster, now as a coach. That's fine. That's fine. But when you have that, when you're like that, you better win.
Sure.
That's the thing. When you're arrogant, you got to win. I said about Deion. Deion's real charismatic and stuff. But when you come out and you make challenges like that to the media stuff, you better deliver. So JJ, I do believe in you as a coach. I'm not so much the team that much, but I do believe in you as a coach.
So you heard what Chris Broussard had to say. What are my thoughts on this? Look, a lot of people are rooting against JJ. And I think a lot of them are rooting against him for the very thing that Chris Broussard said. JJ Redick is arrogant. He is. He has said things that has pissed off a lot of NBA fans. A lot of NBA fans have still not gotten over the fact that he was talking crazy about Larry Bird or Bob Cousy, or talking crazy about errors in the past. JJ Redick has been called out by so many Pantheon NBA players, it's not even funny. Jerry West, Bob Cousy, Dominique Wilkins, these are all top 75 guys that have called him out and said that this guy doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. These are people in his own field. That was saying this about him. So you have a faction of NBA fans that don't like JJ for that. Number two, a lot of people also don't like JJ for this know-it-all attitude. The guy goes up there in his introductory press conference, being introduced as the next head coach of the Lakers, one of the most recognizable brands in the world. The guy sits up there and starts swearing. I mean, think about that. He sits up there and starts swearing. He's like, he has this air about him like, I'm supposed to be here. I deserve to be in all of this. So JJ doesn't have a lot of fans out there. And then when we start looking at the results that he's been able to extrapolate from the team, you realize this guy isn't really that good. I mean, he really isn't. They just beat the Portland Trailblazers last night. Portland came into that game with 3 wins, if I'm not mistaken? 7 wins. They have 8 wins. 8 wins. They're 8 games below 500. 8 games below. 8 games below. They're the number 13 seed in the Western Conference. So they're not a serious team. So no one is going to sit up here and clap for him for beating the Portland Trailblazers. No one is going to do it. But the way that JJ was being marketed as the next Pat Riley and all of this, and as an oracle and all of this, and as a seer, he hasn't lived up to it.